Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Happy New Year 2026 to all my ASG golf fans and Cutter historical fans everywhere. This is a giant day. It is New Year's Day. It is the first round of the Grand Tourney 2025, the Tourney of Champs here at Augusta. The green the green grass, the blue ribbon course of the ASG thing here at Augusta. 4 rounds of golf. Who will be the tournament of champions? Well, champion. To qualify, there were four tours that were set in place: the 70s, 90s tour, the 80s, 2000 tour, the early 2010s, and the 40s, 60s tour. You win a tournament in any of those months, like one tournament per month, you automatically qualify for Augusta. If you take second place in a tournament but don't win first place, you can still technically win a first place tournament. But after that, if you don't make it through, then you get in a wildcard tournament. 6 wildcards per tour, 18 times 4 is 72. I mean, I said to you guys, there were special rules for the 3 guys who have already won a tournament. The tournament champions, Vic Gessie, Jason Day, and Anthony Kim. If they won a tournament, like Jason Day did, you're automatically in, obviously. If you take second place, but you don't win a tournament, like Vic Gessie did, you get one of the wildcard spots. And then if you, like Anthony Kim, if you didn't get a top 2 finish, you get into the wildcard tournament automatically, but that does not give you any special perks for the wildcard tournament. But Anthony Kim got in anyhow. So, all right. So we have 72 golfers. I screwed up, and for some effed up reason, Miller Barber snuck into the tournament. So we'll have to disregard Miller Barber. But regardless of that, we're going to go. We're going to be doing first hole coverage today because we're going to be introducing the players and all that. Let's see up. Our first golfer representing Scotland, winner of the February tournament at Sawgrass at TPC Scottsdale for the earlies, Alan Robertson, who once had a 59 and won a tour that way. Robertson, first guy to up, and he goes left center at 234. Johnny Miller, legendary guy from the 1970s, I think. Right? Yep, he won the May tournament at the PGA event in. I need my notes here. Sorry about that, guys. The PGA Championship, that was in some course. Yeah, sorry, I have to write that down. So he won the May tournament in at Pebble Beach, where the U.S. Open was in real life. Joe Mickelson, lefty, started the 2000s tour. He had a second place finish and had to go through the wild card. Look out. Ooh, that ain't good. Mickelson's going to have a tough angle. He'll have to take a crow. Robertson. Over the bunker. Yeah. Miller. And goes wide to the back. Mickelson's going to have to take another shot. Nice shot. Johnny Miller. Robertson. Mickelson for par. Johnny Miller. Bogue. Second hole, Bobby Cole, who won the 70s, 90s match play tournament in December. Jason Day, who won a tournament in July at St. Andrews. August in St. Andrews. He's a champion. He won the first one in 2022, but he's trying to get a second. And John Wise, who shocked everyone winning an L Red Sox fan tournament, taking second place in November in the 70s, 90s to Davis Love III, and then winning one of the wildcard spots. John Wise coming up cool. Up and over, draw back. John White, second shot. Ten yards away. Jason Day. Up and through. For birdie. Off by 3 feet. Not bad. Wise for birdie. John Wise for birdie. Bobby Cole. Who took the birdie? All right, third hole, the Murray Max Lee Trevino. He won the tournament in August at Le Golf National en France. So he Sandy Hurd, one of the runners-up from the early 2010 tour, to get in as a wild card, so he's getting enough time. And Justin Thomas winning the first tournament in the early 10s tour in January. That was in Pinehurst, I think. No, was it Royal Troon? My fault. So yeah, Royal Troon in January. Trevino. Up and over. Could have been worse. Justin Thomas. Second shot. Over everything and into the rough. Third. And basically the first hole is contouring to make sure we don't have any easy birdies. Thomas. Throws it close for a par putt. For Boyd. Third. Bogey. Walter Travis, who took second in the last tournament of the early 2010s and got in as a wild card. We'll go first. Mark Hayes, a runner-up from the 70s. To the right-hand side and short of the bunker. And Hogan, star of the 40s, he won his tournament in September in beautiful Toronto. Oh, bunker. He was skirting it. Travis up and off. Marquez. Long putt. Hogan. And we'll be off the green. Yeah, that contour. You need an accurate approach. Ben Hogan. Walter says, why not? I'm going to birdie. Birdie. He misses by inches. Big deal. Might as well try. Off by 2. Okay. Looking for four. Nope. Now on to Group 5. Bob Ferguson, who won the tournament he took a second place finish in a tournament. He looks suspiciously like someone from Blue Shirt Underground by the name of Eddie Geik. Trny Lima. Hal Irwin. Hal Irwin. Up and over. Oh, Trny Lima, one of the 60s runner-ups, I think. Yeah, he was a runner-up in the 60s tournament. He was a runner-up in the last tournament. Right? No, Lima took a second place. Yeah, he took second place in a tournament, and Hal Irwin in the 70s, he won in June at Oakmont. Ferguson, up and over. Shot. Back. You can't draw the shot. Lima. How's that for birdie? Off by 2 feet. Help. Ferguson for birdie. Off by 3. Hale for birdie. Group 6, Bobby Jones, the legend of Augusta, if you will. He designed this course, well, the early parts. And he won in March at TPC Sawgrass. I think he was a runner-up in the 40 stuff, wasn't he? Yes, he was. He was a runner-up who got into the wild card. And Curtis Strange from the 1980s. I think he won a tournament, didn't he? Or did he take a second place? No, he won in January. He won in January at Congressional. The reason why Congressional got added in this year, last year, is because of Anthony Kim's big win at Congressional, so they put him in off the green, mangrove. Bobby Jones. He hit the bunker. That's not good. Strange trying to go up at the pin, but not the best shot. Bobby Jones. Not too far off for Boyd. Off by 2. He'll park. Bobby Jones. So we're on 2 now. On to group number 7. Brooks Koepka leads off, and I believe he won a tournament. Yes, he won in June at the early 10s version of the tournament. The rule for the tournaments is that January 4 tours, 4 different golf courses, and they actually are the last PGA, US Open, and British Open courses, because those were the courses for the majors. And then what happens is that they get to go to January. Well, they won't be in May, June, July, but they'll be like in January as match plays. February, the tournaments are always at Scottsdale. March at Sawgrass. April at the par 3s for match play. That would have been Augusta, but because Augusta's the crown jewel for the finals, that's what happens. May is where the PGA Championship is IRL, or in real life. June, US Open in real life. July, the British Open course in real life. August will be, well, August was foreign-born courses to do a US versus world type match play, and the best player by points for the winning team gets first place. September, Glen Abbey in Oakville, of course, Canadian course. October and November, 4 tours, 4 golf courses, and December, the Great Holes for match play. Tom Morris, one of the runners up, and David Duval. David Duval winning in April at the match play on the par 3. So that's how he got his spot automatically. Young Tom up and over, and Koepka. Oh, I thought he had it. He's just steered it within 10 feet. Duval. Up and over, and that's wide. For birdie. Wide by 4 feet. Morris for birdie. Off by 2. He'll par. Duval for par. All right. Group 8. Don Massengale, who won in October at, I think, Shinnecock, one of the courses, but yeah, Don Massengale in October won his way on to the finale and fight. Harry Farden from the early days, and he won in November. I don't know which course he went to. Country Club at Brookline. Yeah, Brookline Country Club. And Jerry Pate, who won in September in Toronto. Harry Farden up and over, wide. Don Massengale. Cutesy. Pate. Harry Farden, good shot. just nips the green. Jerry Pate. Has to go for birdie. Off by a foot. By my Russian blue being a nuisance. Jordan for par. Nope, she'll. Jerry Pate for par. All right, Group 9. Hendrik Stenson leads off. Stenson winning in June at Oakmont. And his Desi, who took a second place in what month? Was it January? Yeah, it was January, losing to Clayton Hefner in the match play. But because he was a previous champion, he took one of the wildcard spots. Automatically, look out. That's a bunker. And DeWitt Weaver, the guy from the 60s who I think was a wildcard, was he? From the 70s. He won in July at Portrush in the British Open fight. Look out. Bunker. Stenson. Up and over. Jesse. Bunker. DeWitt Weaver. Maybe trying to take a good shot there. But I don't know. Jesse. Good shot. Yes, back to the bunker. Thanks. DeWitt for birdie. Might as well try. This is the big time. Off by 6 feet. Jesse for par. Oh, she might. Birdie. They'll take a par. And Weaver should get Tommy Bull winning in June at Oakmont in the 40-60s tour. Known for his volatile temper. Made a teaching penalty. Justin Rose, the winner of the July tournament at Portrush for the 82,000s. Look out. Ooh, and Earl Stewart Jr. Sounds like a bowler, but it isn't. It's a golfer who won the May tournament at Pebble Beach in the 40s, 60s tour. Justin Rose is going to have a bad angle. Well, he's going to aim right. If it's red, I'll change the thing. If it's not red, I can't change it. Earl Stewart. Bolt. He's really in the rough. I'll have to have a perfect shot. Not bad. Worse. Why did I have to say that? I'm sorry, Tommy Bolt. That was not on purpose. Out one side onto the other. That's going nowhere. That's only going 7 yards. Earl Stewart's going to have to try. He's on green for Boyd. Nope. Oh my gosh, he was so close. Okay. He's doing everything else. There's the bogey. And now on to 11. Clayton Hefner, the January match play champion at Pinehurst, beating Vic Yassi. Dutch Harrison, the 40s guy winning in March in Sawgrass. And Gary Player from the 1960s, he was a runner-up. No, wait, he was a runner-up, but then he won the tournament. Yeah, in July at Portrush, he won. Hefner, up and wide. Player. Dutchy Harrison. Bing! Sorry, why did I make that noise? Sorry about that, guys. What noise? For par. Do the same thing? You can't do the same thing. No! 12. We'll be done we're halfway through everything. Bob Murphy, one of the runners up from the 70s, tour, right? Yeah, from the 70s tour. Just like in Jack winner of the 2010? No, 2000s he won at Melbourne. And Fuzzy Seller, who won the match play, the 82,000s match play, a month after he died in real life. I think there's Fuzzy Seller's death in my thingies. I didn't write him down in the 34th. How did I miss that? Murphy. Nice job, Fuzzy. Fuzzy Seller, who died a month ago, actually wins this tournament. I mean, it would be so much for Jumbo Osaki, who died as well. Zach Johnson for birdie. Murphy and put it in from 19. The winds. Oops, we're going to get some wind now. Light wind. Now we have a light wind that's downward, so it's going to kill some things. Jimmy Thompson, who won the tournament in October, I believe at East Lake. He's going to go to do that. Paul Asinger, guy from the 90s who won the February tournament at Scottsdale. Chris DeMarco. That picture of Chris DeMarco does not do him justice. The guy from 2000 from October. Yeah, that's not really a good look on him. Some people are going to make some comments with Chris DeMarco's profile pic. I should have changed it. Chris DeMarco. Messenger in the bunker. DeMarco. Jimmy Thompson. Asinger. Well, that's not the picture I took. Jimmy Thompson for birdie. Too much. Asinger for par. And put down the par. Next up will be Gene Saracen, the icon of Augusta. Remember his double eagle on 12 or -3 on that one hole? Saracen was a runner-up. Yes, he was. He qualified through the wild card. Trny, who I think also qualified. No, he qualified in September. He was the winner in Toronto for the Euro 2010. Anthony Kim, who is from the 2000s, who won the tournament champions last year, got into the wildcard tournament automatically and got in. Johnny McDermott. Up there. Anthony Kim. He did it. So again, Saracen. For birdie. Off by a foot. Saracen. Nope. Okay, group number 15. Sergio, first off the tee. Twice was runner-up in a tournament. Guy from the 60s, if I remember right. Yeah, he won the February tournament at Scottsdale. So he got it. And he goes left center. Yeah, you're allowed to play. If you win a tournament, you're allowed to play that subsequent tour. But if you win 2, you're done for. You're out. Well, I mean, you win a tournament, but except for the match plays, January, April, August, and December, you can't do it. Here's McCumber. McCumber Q is a cucumber. The runner-up. Sergio. Second shot. McCumber. Opportunity. Reagan. For birdie. Cumber overshoots by 6 feet. Reagan. Wait, fuck. Cumber. Apart. Andy Bean from the 1980s in March at TPC Sawgrass. To the left-hand side and in the rough. Nick Price from the 1990s. He won in March as well. Give it. And Rory McIlroy, who was a runner-up one time. Yes, sir. Not bad. Considering where his shot was last time. Price. Rory. It won't draw back. For Bean. For birdie. Bean overshoots by 6 feet. Price for birdie. No. Leopardo. Rory. Justin Thomas is on -4 through 15, so Justin Thomas is trying to make a charge. You go on 15, a par 4 15. Here's Isaac Aoki, the Japanese legend. For the 1980s, he won the November tournament, I think, in Cherry Hills. So he's trying to do what he can. And he goes left side, Max Smith from the early days. And the winner in July at Portrush. Roberto Di Vincenzo for the 1960s. He was a runner-up. I don't even get a picture because it looks like he was fine making being so cheeky. Here's Aoki. Up it over, and it's not bad. About 18 feet. Max Smith. No. The green rejects it. This one. Di Vincenzo. About 10 feet. Let's go. It's coming back. That is coming back. Oy. Yeah. They're going to give him the suggest to him. I would suggest, but you never know. For Boke. For birdie. No, it's on 9. Okay. Oh, no. Mark Hayes Eagles on 15 to go to -2. So you have the 15th hole as a par 5. Greg Norman, the Great White Shark, as they call him. He was a runner-up, right? No, he won in October at Shinnecock. Yeah, he won a tournament in October. So that's how he got it. Whoa, that's a brutal shot from the left. Ernie Els, the Big Easy, put in the 2000s, although I would put him in the 90s. He won at the par 3 thing match play. And Al Balding for the 1960s. He won in November. He shocked a lot of us by qualifying to win, getting the Canadian. Only the second time the Canadians been in this format. Greg Norman. He's going to go for it. Into the bunker. Anything else? No fear on him. Al Balding. To the left-hand side, rejected. He'll have to try a pitch shot, and at least he's on the green. And then rejected. Norman? Better for par. Balding. Ah, Yata. I like the Canadian. For par. Too much. Okay. That's the 30. Oh, no, this is the first fastest hole. 72 holes, so hey. Okay, group 19. We're almost through. Once we get to group 24, that'll be all. But yeah, Duffy Waldorf from the 90s, he was a runner-up. So he gets in and he will skim into the bunker. Fred Daly, who won the 40-60s match play in December, just to get this far. It's on that spot. Like that. Hal Sutton, who won the 1980s tournament in September at Glen Abbey in Toronto. So Sutton, whoopsies, that's a little left. A little. He's going to have an angle, a tough shot. He'll get a birdie putt. Daly. Up in September. Duffy. Ooh. We probably didn't have confidence in the shot. That's a par putt. 7 for birdie. Off by 2. Oh, just par. Daly. Yep, the par. Group 16, Group 20. There's another Johnson, DJ. Dustin Johnson, who won in April with the par 3 match plays. There's his tour to the right hand side. From the 1960s, 1940s. He also won an April tournament. James Braid. He won in May at the Major in Pebble Beach. Whoa! Right into the pine straw. Zach Johnson doesn't have a good angle? Really? I never would have guessed. That wasn't Dustin Johnson. Yeah. Braid's going to have a tough angle. At least he's on the green. And Serta up and over. Braid for birdie. Up by 3. He makes the follow. Misses, so he'll put up there. Serta. Up by 3. And Braid for par. Arnold Palmer from the 1960s. He's a runner-up, right? Where's Arnie? He's from the 70s. No, he's from the 60s. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Hey, Turnberry. He won a tournament in August. And this is what's going. I know that's kind of Palmer. Gerald Van Crenshaw from the 1980s. I think he was a runner-up, wasn't he? Yes. Down the center. Justin Leonard from the 2000s. What? From the 90s. Look at those ears. He won the January tournament with Valhalla. So he goes down the middle. Crenshaw. Up and over. 10 feet. Leonard. Try to do the same thing. But the oxygen rejects it. Spits it up. Patui. Arnie. Up there. Got a pitch shot here. Palmer for birdie. Off by 2. Hill Park. Hill Boke. For birdie. Dave Reagan eagles on 8 to go to -3. The leader's at 5 under par. Davis Love III, who won in November, and I believe where in November did he win? Cherry. Oh yeah, Cherry Hills. Cherry Bomb. To the right hand side, and this is wide. J.H. Taylor, who won the early 10s, not to play in December just to get this far. He danced, and a couple times he took second place. He got a African. Davis is going to have a tough angle here. And he had no chance. Dancing over everything. Nice. JH. For birdie. Off by 3 feet. Taylor. He can't put it in. For bogey. Triple bogey by Johnny McDermott to get to +3. First big boo-boo of the day for any golfer. Group 23. We're one more group after this. Lord Byron Nelson. Lord. I think he was a runner-up, right? Did he win a tournament? No, he was a runner-up. Lord Byron? No, is he an early guy? How come I don't see Byron Nelson? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he was a runner-up in a tournament. DJ Singh, who qualified for the 2000s, winning the tournament at Pebble Beach in May. Sebi Ballesteros from the 1980s. He won in February at Scottsdale. Lord Byron, up and over. Beauty. BJ. Sebi. I'm telling you. Nice job. BJ for birdie. Oh, really? Last of the 72 golfers. 3 more guys to go. Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear. I think he won. Did he win a tournament in the 70s or no? No, he took a second place. Okay. Head Troll. He also got in through a wild card. He did the same thing. So yeah, all 72 guys. Litsky, up and over. It's like Ohio when you think about it. Ted Kroll. And steady. Jack Nicklaus. Through for birdie. Nope, sir. Birdie. Nicklaus for par. The last group is, of course, Miller Barber for some strange reason. So anyway, that's what we got. Right now, Henrik Stenson is your leader. Right now. That's the off. See if there's any other special treatment. Probably not. Why? AI. I thought I took that off. I took watch. My mistake. That was the wrong button. Damn it. Ted Kroll triple bogeys on 3, so he's at +2. The wind's going southeast. And that's it. Our leader is from the 1980s, Andy Bean, the name of my optometrist, but not the same Andy Bean. He's at -6 to lead. He leads Tony Lima, Brooks Koepka, Hendrik Stenson, Zach Johnson, and Paul Azinger at 5 under par. John Wise is shocking himself. He's in 7th place right now, -4, tied with Justin Thomas, Lee Trevino, David Duval, and the Big Easy Ernie Els. Phil Mickelson, Mark Hayes, Jerry Pate, Dutch Harrison, Bob Murphy, Gene Saracen, Dave Reagan, Sebe, and Lipsky are at -3. So some great scores. On the other side of the coin, some negatives. Well, Chris DeMarco +7. Ted Kroll and Vic Gezzi at +5 each. So Gezzi doesn't look pretty good as a guy. How are Day and Kim doing? The other two former winners, Day and Kim. Day's tied for 32nd, and Anthony Kim is tied for 23rd. Okay. So that's all. Next round. You see all those in red? Those would make the cut. There is a cut line, and it's going to be the top 20 in ties. So there's 20 golfers at 300 or better. The rule is because of how prestigious it is. It's going to be 20 out of 72 moving on to the weekend. Ben Crenshaw and Byron Nelson are only one stroke back. See Bob Ferguson, Anthony Kim, Nick Price, Arnold Palmer, and Jason Day coming in behind the cut line. But of course, everything will change. We will be playing on the 18th hole. We'll have live action from the 18th hole. Actually, shoot, we can't technically because Miller Barber will get on 18th. Well, it doesn't matter. Miller Barber shouldn't be making the cut anyway. So yeah, so the top 20 in ties move on. And of course, the big thing is the top 5 scores from each of the decades will determine where they paired up. So, like golf, the lower number, the better to determine the top 5 in each one because all the decades, like the 70s, 80s, 40s, 60s, 2000s, and 90s all have 9 golfers in their thing. The earlies have 13 out of 18 spots in that 2010s only have 5. So 5 from the 2010s. So that is the score. So the top 5 scores will determine which tour you're in and where you start. Just to let you know that there is a massive change that's going to happen. And that change will be that we are going to have to add some new courses. Mm-hmm. So we have to buy Aaron Mink golf course for classic golf because for ASG golf because it's where the PGA is going on. The U.S. Open in real life is at Shinnecock, but I've already had one of those. So logically it doesn't really matter. And then Royal Birkdale has to be bought for the purpose of the British Open. And then of course viewer's choice and all that. It'll be winner's choice, what tour, what course we added. All that. So all that. So yeah, I'm just writing down. So, yeah, Oakmont. Yeah, Oakmont, Pebble Beach, and Royal Portrush will be where the January tournaments will be in 3 of the 4 courses. Sawgrass is February, March. That's Scottsdale. And then we just have to find out where everything fits in. So we have 3 of the 4 courses in January fit in. Of course, the tours, we have to find out where RJ Network, who won the Red Sox fan tournament, will actually want to play in. I'll just ask what decade of golf he would like to be in, and then we'll add him into the thing. Presto changeo. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.